So.
Yeah, they both work out really well.
Fist bump comes in. It is going to be ApolloKage versus Neo here, kicking it off. Top 64, winner's side. Neo on Corrin and ApolloKage.
Yeah, I do know, like, most Corrin players actually think this matchup is losing, right?
Really?
But Neo actually thinks it's even, right? I forgot which podcast I was listening to, but I was overhearing like a conversation about something like that, and I'm like, really? Okay, it makes sense, right? Like, if you're Corrin and you're not careful about how you swing, you can just get blown up at grenades, right?
Very true, but Neo does have a big sword, making it work so far, avoiding the trades with the grenade. With the Corrin here, I mean, I imagine the matchup is a little bit suspect because it is a sword and you're going to be swatting at the snake very often. He's going to pull a grenade and get blown up, but Neo seems to be making it work.
Yeah, and it seems like ApolloKage is kind of like going for this long-range game right here. There's the back air, sealing that first stock, and ApolloKage, not too much damage on Neo right now, just all collateral, really.
Not too bad. Neo's advantage take going insane right now. 60% already on ApolloKage. Second stock just barely misses the up tilt and more damage and climbing.
There it is, the up tilt. There we go. Finds the first stock. How are we going to set up right here? Are we going to drop a C4? There it is. Right side, remember that.
C4 on the plat. You got to watch out for that C4. It's going to come back to bite you in the butt later.
Yeah, okay. Disadvantage state. No C4 to bounce off of, but at least we still have grenades. Back on the stage, 100% is not too bad, but Corrin's aerials can be pretty lethal, and don't forget about pin.
Yeah, you gotta be careful here. Neo just elected to hold center stage, just waiting for ApolloKage to make a mistake, but he comes charging in. The second he comes charging in, though, ApolloKage takes advantage of that with the grenade and the combo after the fact.
Yeah, and this is such a different ApolloKage than most people remember him as, right? It's a CQC snake. But look at this play from ApolloKage. So much discipline, staying so far away. So much artillery damage right here. And the setup, not able to find anything, but did set up a C4 at least on the right platform.
He was looking for the stick, couldn't quite find it. Very reserved play from ApolloKage here, just holding the corner. You know, trying to find their way in, looking for a pin, looking for a backer, looking for something. ApolloKage is not really giving any opportunity for Neo to actually get a hit in, though.
Right, yeah, and it doesn't look like Neo's actually trying to go for any grabs right here. Dancing around the shield. We're not finding any, like you said, any opening. There's the grenade, but hey, picks up a nair.
Yeah, and that's the first percentage that Neo has found in like the last 30 seconds. Finally finds an up air as well. Shifts to the advantage take. The F tilt comes through. Ledge trap. Nope. ApolloKage says, I'm taking to the skies. I don't want to deal with the ledge trap.
Yeah, okay, onto the right side of the stage. Yep, I knew it. Okay, ApolloKage, of course, is very aware of like where the C4s are, and that's pretty much your imaginary wall, right? Like, anytime someone wants to approach you, you have C4, they have to be very wary about like how they get to you, right? There it is on the platform. Let's see how he escapes. Nice. Makes it to the right side of the stage. Look at his game that ApolloKage is playing right now.
Yeah. ApolloKage just surviving on this stock, 169% and climbing. Certainly. Oh, that's a big punish. Yep, finds an up air. You have to make it back to the ledge. ApolloKage setting up all sorts of projectiles, but there we go. Neutral B able to neutralize the ledge trap there from ApolloKage.
Yeah, his Dragon Fang shot connecting, but not able to find anything, grabbing the ledge. It's kind of hard to really connect with anything. You kind of really just, all you get is stage control. And like, it might have enough time for ApolloKage to really answer right here and take this lead.
Yeah, ApolloKage setting up everything, but the pin comes through. Neo finally finds that stock. It was such a long time that ApolloKage was
my gosh.
Smash will not quite do it yet. High percentage here. Takes the Nikita. Do we have their jump? We don't need it. We use the back air to get some distance.
Yeah, there it is. This is the edge guard, right? Nikita, very, very low committal right here for ApolloKage, but Neo finds a way back onto the stage. Wait, hold on.
186. These stocks are lasting forever, Snorlax, but still, last stocks for each competitor right now, and only 30% onto ApolloKage. The C4 just narrowly missing, and we're going to see this keep away game once again between Neo and ApolloKage.
Yeah, it's going to be slow right here, right? I think ApolloKage kind of understands that if he tries to play that CQC game, you're not going to win against a disjoint like that, right? Right. You're kind of really banking on this chip damage to make it all the way through, and then once you start like playing that CQC, you don't want to give up on like all your signs right away, right? Right. You want to like mix up when you do down tilt, up tilt, whether you do any of the aerials at all. Like, look at that discipline on shield for ApolloKage here.
Very patient play. Down air out of shield is a quick option. Tried to confirm with the C4 as well. Unfortunately, didn't quite find the mark he was looking for, but Neo finding all sorts of connections right now, catching the air dodge and the recovery from ApolloKage. This is great advantage, great percentage, but still, Snake, very heavy character. You're going to need a little bit more if you want to finish the stock.
And this is exactly why ApolloKage is playing the way that he is, right? All this defense, right? You really, once you give up any hit to Neo, Neo's going to take it all the way to the bank. 113, 103 right now. It's pretty tight for the first game.
Oh, that back air almost catching the air dodge from ApolloKage. Close here.
Oh, no.
The grenade actually saving ApolloKage there, but the up tilt is going to do it. The trade on the pin, unfortunate for Neo. ApolloKage breathes a heavy sigh of relief as he clutches out game one on accident.
Did you see his? That was the exact reaction I had to what happened right there.
Bro, he said, huh?
He was like, I thought that kill screen was for you. I didn't know it was for me. But actually very smart right there, right? Dropping the shield, going for that up tilt in that scenario where, like, okay, if Neo had jumped out of pin, probably wouldn't have hit, right? Because you're already so high as Corrin. But, you know, either way, like, because of how quick, dude, okay, why is Snake's up tilt, like, have that much recovery frames?
It's ridiculous.
It's so fast. You just throw it out there again.
It's one of the best kill moves in the game, if you ask me. It spaces you away when you hold shield, so it's hard to punish. It's very lagless, very quick. I believe it's like frame 12, something like that. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's fast. It's fast. Yeah, see, if he did that up tilt and didn't connect, he was still safe. You know, he was not in a bad position.
Very true, but the pin, much less safe. As you can see, it traded with the up tilt very easily. You know, ApolloKage getting the best of Neo in that first game, but, you know, Neo looking pretty good. Just has to remain patient because fighting Snake is a long con. You got to deal with the grenades, you got to deal with the C4, all the projectiles, the trades. It's a tough business to be fighting Snake.
It is too, right? Like, and because they just fly so high away, especially with like Cypher, they can get to the left side of the stage or right side of the stage. Surprised we didn't see a smaller stage picked right here. Maybe just way more comfortable on PS2.
PS2 is often a comfort pick for a lot of players. And Neo, no different, wants to be on this very neutral stage. And honestly, it didn't do too bad in the first game as well, so no reason to switch off.
Yeah, and I can imagine like small Battlefield and Battlefield are banned, right?
Right.
Like when playing against Corrin, there's no way you want to go to Battlefield. No way.
All the ladder combos and extensions that she can get with that large sword that she has. Okay. Still, making use of it in PS2.
And I like ApolloKage, like, we're going to see a lot of adaptation happen from both players right here, right? Like, we're going to see how Neo likes to play with the grenades and how ApolloKage is going to play that hot and cold game, because we see some instances where ApolloKage actually, like, is running in right now. Here it is, the back air.
Oh my goodness, the down air all the way out there, and the up jump as well to catch the jump. ApolloKage ready for all the options of Neo here, but still not enough to find the kill yet. Tipper of the pin will do it though.
Right, finding the needle in the haystack right there. Neo with the pin.
Yes, sir.
That's sick.
Showing why Corrin can still do it in this game. Some people question whether or not Corrin's a good character, but Neo and Shattuck have something to say about it.
Yeah, that's true, right? I mean, everyone talked about the character early on, but no one really kind of understood the character and like where the strengths are. This character can be mad safe and also put on so much damage.
I love the recognition from Neo there, holding the shield for as long as possible. He knows the grab isn't going to confirm into anything just yet, and Neo, all of a sudden, running away with this game here is game 2, their chance to find a game for themselves. The neutral peak hitting ApolloKage off the side. ApolloKage is still stuck at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and I was just thinking how the dynamic is going to change now, right? Now that Neo has the lead, ApolloKage has to kind of approach and take this first stock. At least make the stocks even, because that's when like the chip damage strategy actually starts working, because right now you're working on a dead stock.
Yeah, but if ApolloKage is able to find a grab, it'll certainly spell death for Neo here. Neo playing very evasive, content to give up the stage, just wants to keep their stock alive for as long as possible.
Yeah, and I like this play from Neo. I know it can be a little boring to watch, right? But hey, it feels so tense. Like every interaction really matters here.
175 and climbing game just runs right up, heads right in, takes the dash tech with him. Ooh, the grenade off the top, and Neo's stocks have been living Snorlax. My goodness. There's no time where Neo just like is overzealous, right? Like it never overextends the situation. 202? 200%, come on. Like, really?
Against Snake?
Yeah, this is insane. Finds the up air. Somehow still living 3 stocks to 1 is Neo, and avoiding the up air from ApolloKage, but finally the down tilt will do it. That's not a move you see kill every day.
Yeah, I did not expect down tilt to be the move that kills right there. But the fact that a low profiles and most of Corrin's attacks kind of swing from above them, so it is a good move to do, especially when you're trying to like anti-air someone. Ideally, up tilt would be it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the damage. Really?
Advantage state is ridiculous from Nao. All sorts of combo routes coming out. The spot dodge is going to be punished by the rapid jab. The forward smash, this is ApolloKage's chance.
Oh,
if you got hit by that, you were done.
Yeah, that forward smash is mad strong. Who really pulls out an RPG and launches it straight at their feet? Trying to rocket jump or something.
Only Snake.
Okay, ledge trap right here. Looking good. ApolloKage looking a little desperate, actually. Yep. Nao's looking real good, and ApolloKage is hurt.
Very solid play from Nao here so far. Nair into up air is going to do it at a relatively early percent to around 96 to 100 after the hit there. So not too bad from Nao. Closing out game 2, I think he probably felt that game 1 was deserved. And game 2 was like, all right, I'm going to rectify the situation.
Yeah,
and really
I mean, now you guys understand like why ApolloKage is playing the way that he is, right? We saw like that long-range game. I'm not going to approach you. You're going to have to come to me, and then I can open you up from there. But Nao is really kind of like finding the mark. I don't know how he does it, but he finds a hole in that defense and opens up. And as soon as you open up once, like, and you get that lead, the whole dynamic changes.
Yes.
The game is different.
It really does, but Nao cleaning up the gameplay in game 2. One game apiece for both competitors now. We're getting locked in once again. See what ApolloKage's counter pick might be. I mean, PS2 really isn't that bad for ApolloKage, but I would like to see a change of pace here. Nope, just kidding. Just kidding. We're going to go back to PS2. It is a comfortable stage for a lot of top players, especially, and a lot of people just like the balance that it is.
Yeah, I think also just like how long it is and the fact that the platforms are placed the way that it is, it really adds to like the Cypher mix-ups and like how you can like be reverse grenades when you're that high. Here it is, the first Cypher mix-up. Lands straight on the platform.
Wait a minute, Snorlax. Where did this damage come from? 119?
Look at Nao. You think this man isn't going to be able to combo ApolloKage?
Apparently, Nao just finds the damage. Oh, you got it. You got it.
No, you saved him.
I think did he have C4 on stage? Was he not able to recover there?
No, he was done. He already air dodged once. That was it.
Oh, that is very unfortunate. Nao maybe thinking that ApolloKage could return. It's often tricky when dealing with Snake off the level. He has all these tricks in the trade he can come back with.
Oh my goodness. That's actually such a good position to be in too. You don't want to be at such a low angle, but playing against Corrin, maybe give it a second thought because that up air is lethal.
The neutral from Nao is looking to be king here. Great grab, avoiding the damage from the grenade as well with the invincibility. Not committing to the pin, recognizing that it will not connect. Nao is playing very, very hot right now.
Yeah. And also like these grab situations too, that we've been kind of waiting for it, especially because ApolloKage was playing relatively slow, relatively grenade-based, right? Maybe we've got to find a way to actually get in because Nao's only at 64%.
Yeah, it's looking like a repeat of game 2 right now. Nao with a significant lead over ApolloKage. ApolloKage can't seem to find much connections onto the sword character.
You know what we're not also finding is like any grabs on ApolloKage's end, right? Like there's not enough like there's no mix on the shield.
I mean, think about this though, Snorlax. Where is Nao 90% of the time? In the air.
And, I mean, it's a dragon for a reason, right?
Yeah,
like,
hard to grab a dragon while they're flying around.
Yeah, you got wings. It's like when you're playing against like you fight against a dragon in any game. You're like, I'm waiting for you to land, I guess.
But what if they don't land? There we go. That's what happens when they land. The up tilt connects for Snake. Finally, ApolloKage getting some leeway here in this game, finding a little bit of damage from the grenade, but here comes Nao with advantage state once again.
Yeah, I like that attempt right there from Nao to extend off of the grenade hit, purposely doing that up tilt, knowing that both of them don't get blown up. Nice lingering back air right here. Holy, why did he do that? He's so scary. He's unhinged.
The commit to the forward smash, oh my goodness. Beautiful. Nao coming through with the up B, and the air dodge is given away. Nao will take game 2, 2-1 now, and looking excellent so far on the board. It looks really hard for ApolloKage to get anything going.
That was such an awkward situation where, okay, look, Snake armored through the up special, right, from Nao, and then Nao hit the Cypher, so ApolloKage couldn't do anything. He broke the Cypher by armoring through it.
The up B, yes, Nao getting the better of that edge guard situation. Unfortunately for ApolloKage, he's really going to have to think about this situation because Nao seems to be controlling the pace, running all over the Snake player right now, unfortunately. But we saw him take one game. He can certainly do it again.
Yeah, this is looking rough, too. And Nao makes it look so simple, right? Like, just be patient, right? In this game, it's not easy to just be patient. Look at all these hitboxes coming out from ApolloKage. Like, how do you just always avoid him all the time?
Well, I guess if you're Neo, you have this sixth sense that allows you to avoid all the grenades and explosions, but maybe ApolloKage can get some harder reads this time around. We did see the forward smash coming out a couple times last game, because when you're behind that many stocks, it can be difficult to actually bring yourself back into the game. So you really want to just throw a Hail Mary and get rid of the stock really quickly, but Neo, just like you said earlier, isn't giving much away.
Yeah, we saw a dash attack actually earlier. Oh, Dragon Fang shot. Ay, okay, not as lethal as it was in previous games, but still, it hurts whenever you get hit by that move because it is a call out.
Yes.
Okay, 100% right here from ApolloKage. Actually makes it back onto the platform. Hey, you know what? Like, we're on small battlefield this time around.
Oh, the aerial pin, the pins and needles from Corrin coming through to find that first stock. It feels like Neo is always getting the better of that first stock, but here comes the Nikita.
Oh, nice. Such a good position. I don't think there's anything that Neo can do right now except die.
Great angles from ApolloKage, controlling that Nikita expertly to find an edge guard, and already looking better than games 2 and 3.
Yeah. Now we're playing the same game as we did the first stock, right? It's all that patience. And if you slip up once, you can end up in a trade. Nice. I love it. Neo is so willing to like have to extend that combo and also just like burn all the resources to make it back.
Incredible damage coming out from Corrin right now.
Oh, nice. There's the grab.
Yep, the first hard read from Neo gets punished immediately.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't really go for those.
I think there are a couple like hard reads that Neo actually just like got the stock for, right?
True,
or
true.
like just like was able to open up ApolloKage, because I think especially with the way that ApolloKage is playing, Neo is just making a lot of call-outs in order to really open him up. 108 though, nice, very good positioning right here from ApolloKage, right under the platform. And like, it's funny that we're on a smaller stage, and ApolloKage is doing a little bit better. Nice pin.
Shades of first stock, the pin comes out once again, finding that second stock for themselves. Now, ApolloKage has to make up this deficit, has to find this stock, because we've seen what Neo can do with a lead, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, it's scary, and like, he plays so safe too. Like, it feels like these aerials are unpunishable, and then you shield something, you get hit by like Rising Nair, and your whole world just falls apart.
And Neo actually using the grenade to their own advantage there, but the up tilt comes through from ApolloKage, and only 34%. Not too shabby. We could bring this to a game 5.
Yeah, I don't like the stage pick, honestly, for ApolloKage, because I know ApolloKage is so good in these like scramble situations where you think you have advantage over, you know, one another.
Yes.
And ApolloKage just has the right amount of patience to really find an opening on someone's approaching, right?
Speaking of openings, though,
there it is.
Corrin opening up the snake here. The pin comes through. Actually had to parry the reverse hit. Surprising hitbox, but rolling right through the grenades.
The damage.
ApolloKage is ready to confirm off the grenades every single time. The back air hitbox just lingering, but the pin once again coming through for Neo, and now has to get back to stage. Finally finds his footing.
Yeah, I love the back airs coming out from ApolloKage too. Like, just such an aggressive move, and it's also such a good move too, right? It lingers so long, comes out pretty quickly. It's just that Snake just doesn't jump that high, so you're not really doing it unless you know for sure, like, okay, I can jump high enough and like get to them as quick as possible. Okay, hold on.
See the walling coming out from ApolloKage. He's just sitting underneath his platform, throwing out all these grenades. Finally, Neo sneaks his way in with the pin. The C4 is set up, rolls right through, finds an up air, and that's got to be bad DI because ApolloKage got blasted off the top.
Yeah, it was just perfect positioning from Neo too, right? As soon as that C4 went off, it was like, okay, Neo, that was your opportunity to strike. No matter what you do as ApolloKage, whether you pulled out grenade right there, whether you tried to fade, whether you tried to B reverse, and even air dodge, like if you air dodged that high, you would have just got caught again by Neo.
Yeah.
Like, those air dodge traps are nasty with Corrin.
It looks so difficult to get down from Neo, honestly. The up airs, like you said, sharking beneath, and every time Neo gets a hit in the air, it leads into like 3 or 4 more.
Yes.
So the percentage was always there. It felt like Neo always wanted ApolloKage in the air, and it makes sense, you know.
Right, yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're playing against Snake in general, right, like everyone wants to keep Snake in the air forever.
Yeah.
Once Snake's on the ground, you have to think about like, oh, they're gonna pull a grenade, maybe they'll toss it, and then you gotta think about up tilt, right? You can't just jump for free anymore. So as long as you keep Snake in that disadvantaged state, you're in a good position, and Neo did just that.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, it all comes